Good morning. How you guys doing out there? Um, Today I'm going to do something. Let's find out. So I got a couple planks of mahogany from a friend of mine who wants me to build a chest of drawers for her out of mahogany, right? And today I'm here to show you guys the process of getting raw material down to its dressed size, you know. We get some nice, beautiful lumber out of this. So, in order to get all of this wood dressed up and everything, there are certain steps we have to go through one by one. Firstly, we're going to trim off. We're going to trim off the sides where that's infested the most with the termites, and after trimming it off, we're going to give it some preservatives, some wood preservative to kill off all of the termites in there and allow it to dry. After drying, that's when I will come and really plane it down to look even nicer than this, right? Where you will see the nice, beautiful red wood in here. Okay, let's get that done. Okay, now that we have the two edges cut off, with all the damage, rot and everything, we could now place our chalk line to tell us where our first offcut will be. Okay? Now, really and truly, what the offcut does is take off this layer here where it's all white. If the wood was fresh and clean, you would see this edge of the wood being white, where it's easily accessible for the termites. It's softer, chewier, so that the termites could just chew right into there. But inside here, in the core of the wood, it's more tough and rigid, so that the termites don't really bore through the center of the wood, but the edges, they take full control over the edges and just ruin your wood. Now, yes, over here, hair is not really on the edge, but I needed a straight line. So you can't really, you lose some, you win some in this kind of game. Trust me, guys. It's a gamble, but it's a win gamble in the end. Now, since we cut so close to the edge here, and this one we could see parts of the wood where the termites really did enter and walk straight through, right? We could see all of that. And also on this side, we could see the places where the termites actually came through in here, okay? But all of that will be sorted out when I give this some nice wood preservatives and clean it all up later. So far here we have one plank with the sides cleaned off. One, let's find out how big it is. 1.5 inch by 6 inches by 55 inches long. This is good. This is good. Let's get the rest done and move on to the next step. Okay? Alright guys, now that we're done with cutting off the sides of the wood, what I want to do now is take my time to give it preservative. But before giving it the preservative, I have placed all of the wood that I've gathered out here into the yard so that we could see how much material I got. Right? And this is what I have. Alright guys, in this I have a very potent insect destroyer. I got this from a friend of mine working at pest control. You know, he asked me to not disclose all of the information, but then He gave me a sample just to try this out. It's for termites and, well, insects, pest. Anyways, I diluted it with some water, of which I have it here in my spray canister, and I am going to spray down all the lumber. Yes, starting with over there. Okay, good afternoon, and this is the continuation of how to dress down lumber. Okay, it's been about a month since I started dressing down some lumber. What I did was cut off the offcuts off of it, the white edges that wasn't looking too good, and I sprayed them with some pesticides for termites and those other little nuisance. Yes, let's call them that. Right now, I'm just gonna take some of the mahogany that I have, and I'm going to dress it down neatly so that I could make a chest of drawers for the person who gave me this mahogany. So let me just show you guys. I have a few boards right here, which is not dressed as yet, but I'm about to plane it down, get it dressed, and get everything sorted out. Yeah, right. Let's get right into that. Okay, over here I'll be using my Wen thickness planer, and well, if you notice, I have two tools by Wen, and they work just great for me. Yeah. Anyways, I have set my planer to 1 inch and 3/8 of an inch, so that the wood that I'm gonna be dressing down is right now at 1 and 1/8. Maybe I should go up maybe a little more, just so that I don't get any. Anyways, this is also the noisiest part of the dress down process. So I have my earmuffs just to keep my brains from not exploding, my eardrums from not exploding. Let's do this thing. All right, before we continue, I would just like to point out one thing. It's one thing that you really have to take note of when you're dressing down your lumber. It's the direction of the grain, okay? If your grain is going in one direction and you're planing in the opposite direction of your grain, it looks you can't really see it on this one, but I'll show you. This one. It would come out fuzzy like this, right? So since I plane going in this direction, I put this end first. I notice that my grain is going the opposite direction, so I have to spin it around and plane from this end first, right? Okay, let us continue. Okay, now that we have one side of our boards planed down, as you could see, it's nicely planed down. We could go on to the opposite side, which is still rough. Now, the reason why I go about dressing down my wood this way is because I would love to get a flat surface on one side where there isn't too many splines, and I wouldn't get that many bumps in the wood. So I'm planing this down to 3/4 of an inch. Right now I'm at 1 inch, okay, and I still have an entire 1/4 inch to go. So here's what I'll do. After I plane off this side, I will get a better flat surface on this side than it is on here. Okay, and then I will turn it back over to this side, plane hair, boom, get a flat, completely flat surface, and go back, pass it again one more time through this side and get a perfectly flat surface. At that point, I should have 3/4 inch on all my boards. Okay, let's continue with the process. After an hour in this noise, we have some nicely dressed boards at 7/8 of an inch thick. I'm going down to 3/4 of an inch. Okay, nicely done. We have one side nice and flat, the opposite side still have some splines in there, but we'll clean that up in a bit.
To see that you seduce every man, that's how you won't seduce me. Just saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you